What are like the major components that you look for when you're working with an athlete, whether it be, I would say, let's just go ahead and put context to it. A strength athlete looking to probably get leaner but maintain their strength. What are the major components that you would start them off with?
Yeah, so basically, I would try to find where their current calories are,
Hmm.
because a lot of people don't even track their food. They don't know what their calories are. So if you went by some subjective measure or objective measure, like some um, basal metabolic rate calculator to give you some exponential number, it still may not be the best thing. So what you want to do is you want to start someone off with the most amount of food possible,
Hmm.
and put them in a good place. So I try to do that first and foremost. So if I'm working with an athlete and say they're 200 pounds and they're eating 4,000 calories, like, okay, that's a good spot calorie wise that we can start pulling from. If they're 200 pounds and they're fat, and they're at like 2,200 calories because they've been trying to diet on their own, that's not a place where I would start them off. So I would, with someone like that, I would give them more food and just explain to them like, look, hey, I know you want to lose weight right now, but your body's going to reject it as soon as we start to pull calories away. We can only pull so many calories away before you get to a point where your metabolism starts to shut down. You start losing more muscle than fat, and it's just going to be very unproductive.
Hmm.
So if their calories are in a good spot, what the science and the literature shows is you kind of want to start them off with like a 15 to 17% reduction in total calories.
Okay.
And then from there, you want to look to lose about 1 to 2% of their body weight per week. So you just make slow adjustments like that. And for a strength athlete who's trying to be as strong as possible, for any athlete, right, is trying to be as strong as possible to lose weight. That's the goal for any athlete, whether it be a strength athlete or MMA fighter. You don't want to lose weight and lose performance.
Hmm.
We don't really go after numbers, right? We don't go after a certain body weight. We go after performance. We let performance dictate how long the diet lasts. So if we're doing a diet and the person's lost, say, 20 pounds in 8 weeks, and they're starting to feel really sluggish in the gym, their performance starts to go down, then we can either do two things. We can refeed them, give them like a quote unquote diet break, which is based on the literature that's been proven out there by, actually, they just did it at USF. Research just came out where they did a diet where one group did 8 weeks of straight dieting. The other group did, I think it was double the amount. So they did 8 weeks of dieting with intermittent diet breaks every week.
Hmm.
So they did 2 weeks on, 1 week off. And the 1 week off, you just bump them back up to maintenance calories. And it showed that the group that actually did the diet break, they dieted for longer, quote unquote, dieted for longer. They both lost the same amount of body fat and the same amount of weight, but the group that had the diet break maintained performance and maintained muscle while they were dieting. So that would be one route to go. But if their performance starts to, had a large decrement in their ability to perform, and they don't feel good, and they are performance athletes,
Hmm.
then we'll start reverse dieting them out. And then we'll just kind of go back and forth on that trajectory until they start getting to that body weight that they want to. So initially, it's like making sure that they're at a good calorie count, and then also relaying to them psychologically, right? Like, hey, I know this is your goal. We'll try to get there in one shot.
Hmm.
But if your performance starts to suffer, then it may take 2 or 3 different times of dieting for you to actually make it to your goal. And as long as you're psychologically okay with that and you're aware of that,
Yeah.
then we can push on.
Where's like the cutoff, you would say, as far as like percent body fat? Where are you like a guy that like, okay, I don't want them going lower than 10% because of performance benefits,
Yeah.
or like you like to get them pretty lean in that respect?
Depends on their natural affinity to hold body fat. So if you have someone that's naturally a fatter person
Hmm.
and they probably never had abs, in their life, and they're trying to get leaner, the leaner they get, the more they're going to suffer, and the bigger issues they're going to have, because that's not their natural set point.
Okay.
So you want to keep them closer to their natural set point as possible. So if you have an athlete who's pretty lean, as long as their performance stays at a relatively high level, anywhere between like 8 to 12% is a pretty good area to be at. If you get too lean, then you're going to start risking injuries. Your muscles as you get leaner, your muscles get tighter, and you're not able to perform. You fatigue a lot faster as well. Fatigue is probably one of the main drivers of injury, because you're not able to have as much tissue tolerance as you once did, because you're fatiguing a lot faster. So once again, it's still performance markers more so than certain objective numbers that are going to dictate how lean a person gets. Some people think that the leaner you get, the better you're going to move. But if you don't have the energy and you fatigue faster, then you're a worse athlete.